Hey guys, Frank here and welcome to another episode of Digital Classroom. How did I shoot this one? Yeah, I really like those images. Now, during the workshops, one of the things that I love to do is incorporate motion into my shots. And you might wonder like, hey, why motion? It's actually pretty simple to explain. If you shoot a portrait and everything is static, for me that's nice, but at one point you also have to get your model loose, right, in a set. And sometimes the models are a little bit, well, scared and they are stiff and they don't really move nicely in front of the camera. And I found out many years ago that adding some motion to the shot, one, loosens the model up, they get a really kick out of it, and the images are absolutely stunning sometimes, not always. So in this case, we're shooting motion with our model Felisa. Now, I could have stopped there and just said, hey, incorporate motion in your images, it loosens the models up and it gets you great images. But there's more. When you shoot motion, there's a few things you have to take care of. The first thing is the flash duration. You have to make sure that your motion is frozen. Now, a lot of people wonder like, hey, how do you do that in the studio? Because we're shooting on 125th of a second. Well, that's easy to explain. A strobe isn't continuous lighting. A strobe just gives you a pulse. And within that 125th of a second, the pulse of the strobe is like this. If you have a really good strobe, you will have a fast flash duration. If you have a cheaper strobe, you will have a slower flash duration. The best tip that I can give you is take a fan, put it on the highest speed, start shooting with your strobe on the lowest setting and just build it up stop by stop and see where the fan is frozen the most. And that's your sweet spot to freeze motion with your models. So that's part one, the flash duration of your strobe, and to realize that over the range it varies. Sometimes it's very slow and unusable, and sometimes it's really fast and perfect. Most of the times you will find that within the 60, 70, 80% of your strobe, that's where the sweet spot is. Another thing that you have to realize is your aperture. When you are shooting motion, you're not going to shoot it on 2.8. Well, be my guest if you can do it, but most of the times we will try to shoot it on f11 or f16, because if the model moves forward or backwards, we want to make sure that she's still in focus and you don't have any, well, out of focus images. Although with motion, out of focus, it's allowed a little bit, of course, because hey, it's motion, right? So aperture, flash duration. And the other thing is cropping. I'm a huge supporter of shooting it straight right into camera. I don't believe in cropping afterwards. At one point you should just look into your camera, see the composition and shoot it and use every pixel available. But with motion I always try to shoot a little bit wider for the very simple reason you never know where your model's going to go. And sometimes you have this killer shot and she's extending her arm like this and it's out of the frame. And you go like, why? So shoot it a little bit wider. And in all honesty, with 60 megapixels nowadays in studio cameras, that's no problem at all anymore. And finally, your lighting setup. Make sure that your model turns towards the light, but also make absolutely sure that you have enough light hitting your model from the back to make the hair stand out, and of course also create something on your backdrop. In this case, it's not always perfect, but we try to keep the backdrop lit behind the model and then fall off really dark on the sides. In Photoshop, you can always enhance this a little bit, but the images I'm going to show you now are not enhanced that way. So this is really the light setup. So let's take a look at the behind the scenes video. As you can see, motion isn't that hard to do, but you have to take into account your cropping, your flash duration, and of course your aperture, well, and coach your model. Now, if you do motion and your model always looks like this or that, or weird, one final tip if you made it to the end, make your model scream without making sound. 1, she will have a blast. 2, your ears will stay good. And 3, the image is like absolutely awesome. Thank you again for watching, guys. If you like what we do, subscribe to our channel, leave comments below, smash the like button, and of course tell other people about our channel so we can grow. And there's also this little bell notification button. If you hit that, you will be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you so very much for watching. See you again next time. Bye, guys. Keep motion in your images.